like you're kind of back to where you thought you were before that 3-game skid?
I would definitely say so. I mean, last night looked like Kings basketball, so yeah, that definitely looked more like us.
The trust that you're getting from Mike to get the minutes that you're getting now, just what does that mean to you, and what does that say, do you think, for hard work in practice?
I think it's big, obviously a young player who hasn't played a ton of minutes. I'm getting the opportunity. I think you can't take that for granted. So obviously, me playing, the coaches have a lot of faith in me and what I can go out there and do. So definitely when I'm out there, just not trying to second guess anything because they're putting me out there for a reason.
What did you see that worked for you guys slowing down Donovan Mitchell last night?
Just pressuring him, making him take tough shots. We know he's one of their main scorer, top scorer in the league. So you got to make it tough on him. He's going to take his shots, but you got to make it tough shots. Because if he's hitting those, then we'll live with that and we'll adjust. But just try to play physical with him, make it tough.
How do you feel Keegan did in that aspect, and just what are your thoughts on him as a defender in general? I
mean, Keegan definitely has the tools to be a good defender. He's lengthy, he can slide his feet. I definitely think he did a good job last night. I mean, shot 7 for 21. So obviously he did a good job on him and making him take those tough ones that some nights he might hit, but yesterday was a good outing for us.
Getting the kind of run that you've been getting lately, does it not feel special anymore? Do you feel like you belong and it's kind of becoming routine or normal now?
I've definitely, I wouldn't say always felt like I belong, but it's always step by step. But I mean, as I'm getting more reps, getting more comfortable with everything. Obviously when Fox is out, I was running back up PG, but now that he's back, playing back up PG, maybe further down the road, I might slide to like a 2 spot with him out there or something like that. So, everything's constantly changing, but just getting comfortable with more reps and everything else.
Keon, when you
higher rotational spot, obviously you guys haven't lost at all during that time as well. What does that do to your own confidence to know that that this could be working for you?
I mean, it's definitely big. Obviously, I want to win. When I'm out there, and that's really all I'm here for to win. So definitely glad that we've been winning. Since I started playing. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking for. Just a win at the end of the day.
Keon, I know we about 10 games into the season though, but what were some of the things that you worked over the summer that you felt that you worked on as far as skills and coaching?
Well, during the summer, we kind of worked on everything. We had a lot of guys here during the summer, so we were able to make each other better. Constantly playing, whether it's ones, threes. So in the summer, just working on a little bit of everything, shooting, ball handling, making the reads, how defense is going to be guarding us, and just kind of like I said, those one-on-one battles and threes and fives, getting some up and down, some live action. So the summer was definitely huge.
First big road trip of the year for you guys, 6 games over the next 2 weeks. Just how do you approach a road trip like this? Is it just business as always?
Definitely it's business. You got to take the season one game at a time. I do know we have the in-season tournament game mixed in there. So definitely got to be locked in for that one. But I mean, kind of you can't think about it like that. Just one game at a time. Everything will take care of itself when we go out next week.
Are you excited to play against Wemby?
I mean, I haven't really thought about it honestly, but I mean, yeah, it won't be crazy to go out there and actually see him on the court against him. But yeah, you don't see it every day, so that'll be different.
I mean, you're on a 2-way contract right now, and I know the goal would be to get a guaranteed roster spot on the NBA team. What are some of the mental challenges maybe, or what kind of mentality does it take to be locked in as a 2-way player?
I would say on a 2-way, it's a lot of uncertainty because you don't know. I mean, I got the opportunity by Fox going down with an injury, so I mean, you never know. Like obviously, if he doesn't get injured, I probably won't play those minutes. But kind of just got to stay the course. Like I said, it's a lot of uncertainty. So one day you might be needed, one day you might not. You might be in the G League a lot. But I mean, when your numbers call, you just kind of have to stay ready. The whole season for real. But I mean, it's definitely been that whole mindset for me from summer to now. Just especially having a year under my belt, knowing like how the season goes as a 2-way. So I think early on through this season, I mean, I have gotten opportunities, but it's always just in my mind just to stay ready. You just never know when something's gonna happen. I think I told Kobe that one game. I think early on, like I think either Fox or Davion was in college. Jordan came to him and told him, like you're ready, about to go in. I was just like, yeah, stay ready, because something like that has happened to me before, where I'm like, I might not get in, and then something happens, and it's like, be ready. So definitely just try to stay ready.
Yeah, it's interesting because in that Houston game, you always look on the media fans call that garbage time, but for you, that's not garbage time. That's an opportunity to go out there and make an impact. So is that your mentality? It doesn't matter what the score is, what the time is. I need to go out there and prove myself.
I mean, definitely. Whether we're down, whatever. When I'm coming in, it's another opportunity to go out there and showcase what I can do. I mean, who knows? You could go out there and start a comeback possibly. So, I think we went in. I don't know what we were down, but at that time, it's not even about like what we're down or whatever. Just going out there playing hard, trying to win the game back for us. So, and put us back in a good situation. So, not even thinking about man, we're down, whatever. Like, game's already over. Just going out there and playing hard.
With Colby going to Stockton to start at least the trip, as someone who isn't a two-way player, what would kind of be your advice to him as he kind of takes that beginning with that step down real quick to the G?
I mean, approach it the same way. That's a great chance to get your reps, stay in shape, and get some looks. I know it was definitely big for me last year. I was a two-way player, but definitely good to go down there and get a lot of game reps. And then, when my number was called upon, I was able to be ready. So I definitely would give that to him, like, just take advantage of this for sure.
De'Aaron said you was a playmaker on defense. How do you feel about that statement by him?
I feel good about that. I do think, obviously on the defensive end is one of my strengths. So by me being able to do what I do on the defensive end, it does help us get into transition on the other end. So I definitely feel good about that compliment.
Going back to Jake's question about the 16 road trip, what are some of the challenges that such an extended, long road trip present?
I mean, obviously you're away from your home crowd, which you're comfortable in. But we're NBA players, so we're used to it. But I do think you're on the road, different cities, a lot of different things going on. So kind of just got to be locked in on that and not really thinking about the next game or whatever city we're going to next or whatever. So just kind of got to focus on the point.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Keon.
Feels good for sure.
What does it take to kind of get in that mode, in that groove? Is it just one of those nights? Is it luck? Is it all the practice adding up?
If I knew all the answers to that, it would happen a lot more often. You just get in a groove. Like, the rhythm of the offense, you see a couple go in, confidence aside. But if I could find that mindset and that mode every game, I would.
What kind of confidence does a quarter like that give you moving forward and kind of just filling it up like you were?
Yeah, it's just getting back to what we do. Offensively, again, I keep going back to a lot of my shots come within what we're trying to do offensively. Play fast, play in transition, play with pace in the half court. And, it's nothing special. Just you get yourself trying to get easier looks. You're playing within our offense and you knock down shots.
Was last night the closest thing to Kings basketball in terms of the offensive side of the ball?
Offensively, for sure. Offensively, that was feels like the lid came on the basket for a lot of guys, so that was good to see.
And for you, you're being asked to do a lot defensively, but then also offensively, you're still doing your thing. Energy-wise, how are you personally feeling?
I feel good. Everyone's being asked to do more defensively. It's across the board, not only just myself. So everybody's got to continue to lock in, but we feel good. We've been home for over a week now, and for a triple beat South, but excited for it.
Evan, you've had things kind of rolling here for a little bit. Is it when you get, kind of quote unquote back to normal, does it make you appreciate it a little bit more after going through some of the struggles that you used to have?
Yeah, just like anything, you need to go through adversity to completely find yourself. For whatever reason, that's where we started off the year on a low. And was able to find some things that have helped over the last couple of weeks or so to get back to feeling like myself. So I've got to remember those right now.
It can be challenging, obviously, to go through those. I feel like you're hard yourself too during those times. What do you learn about yourself during those stretches of tough times?
You get through it. There's so many ups and downs of the season. I think a lot of guys have talked about that so far this year. Year 6 for me, it's ups and downs and nothing new. You just just got to keep telling yourself that it's all going to come back and trust yourself. And, I've had results at a high level in this league before, and just trusting you're going to get back to that point. And it comes through work. Like, confidence is built in the practice, and then you get it in the game. You see the results in the game, but you have to be confident in your shot. And you can't be second guessing yourself, so you got to be able to get back in the gym.
You said yesterday, like, offensively was Kings basketball. How do you feel about their defense?
Defensively was getting there. The second chance points weren't great. We're going to continue to box out, but they're a big team. They got a lot of length there at the rim. It's a tough team that out-rebounds a lot of people. Just a little bit better. I thought Keegan was great on Docket. Individually, I think there was some one-on-one stuff that he did really well, but just finishing possession, good 50-50 ball.
Coach always has good energy on the sideline. It almost seems like it might have been on the yesterday. What does that energy do for you guys? Like you see the Malik taking charge and pointing with them.
Yeah. No, it is. He's honest. It's taking charges is something that we talk about every game. So Malik get one, making sure the coaches saw it. Still think there was a charge. I know they reversed it, but he's just trying to get us the way we're capable of playing. It's offensively, he's yelling at us to push the pace of transition. Defensively, giving effort, being in the right spot. So he's going to continue to coach.
How do you feel the progression has been, especially over the past 2 games, and maybe it's been a little bigger progression before then, but like you guys dealing with other teams' physicality? I mean, the Thunder and obviously last night, 2 long teams that play rather physical. How well do you feel you guys have taken steps in that way?
Yeah, 2 higher caliber teams. The teams that are probably going to be in the playoff race this year coming up, or at least should be. So it's a good test for us. We've talked about imposing our will and imposing our physicality on other teams. Those teams came in, were physical with us, but I thought we did a good job with it. Put up 132 points. It's a pretty good job. Just defensively, we talked about finishing possessions, boxing out rebounds, next level, and the little details we got to continue to do.
Kevin, the 6-game road trip that you're about to head on for the next 2 weeks, just how do you approach that?
It's long. I think we start off in a good city. We start off in LA. A lot of excitement for that one every time we play them. And at the end of it, we got another in-season tournament game in Minnesota. So everything in between, I got to take care of business. It'll get longer, a couple days in Texas, but stick together. Hopefully, get off to a good start, and they'll finish it out strong.
Just to see you possibly play Wemby for the first time. Are you excited to see what the new sensation to the NBA is like?
Yeah, I've heard guys talk about it. Like you never played against a guy that big before, and so his length and his presence on the floor, I'm sure is going to be something new. Just see guys 7'3" or taller every day of your life, and so it'll be fun. It'll be a challenge. He's a good player. We'll have to figure out a way to deal with it.
Going back to that road trip, what are some of the challenges of 6 games, 2 weeks, bouncing all over the country? How difficult does that get?
Sometimes just the mental grind of it, just getting through it. You get to midway through 5-6 days. Sometimes like the 14-day long road trips, those get long. You get through the first week and it doesn't feel that bad, and then you start to drag a little bit that second week. So the end of the trip is really where you got to find yourself. That's why it's so important to get off to a good start early on, and then mentally just grinding through it and trying to take care of business.
Mike Brown was reluctant to do so, but how well did he get into character last night?
He did good. He didn't want to. He never wants to make it about himself. We know that, but 400 wins, it's a good time to make it about yourself. So he sat down and he put on the crown for us, and we all got a kick out of it.
A little lip lettuce you got going there?
Yeah, we're getting it out.
Hey!
All right. It's
Thanks,
noticed.
Kev.
Road trip coming up, and talking to the guys about just the struggles and the grind, the 6 games, 14 days away from home. How do you try and manage all that?
I really don't do anything special. I just told we get ready to go to LA today at 2. We play the Lakers tomorrow, and it's a 5th game in our 5-game mini series, and that's it. They know we got to play 6 games, and at least I never look at it kind of like that.
Mike, I know we talked to you last night about that celebration and what it meant for the team, but when you get the moment to actually look at the video and those pictures and how they turned out, just what comes to mind?
I can't get myself to look at the video, so I haven't looked at the video. I've seen the pictures. People sent me the pictures. I don't know. I don't know what comes to mind yet. But obviously, it's you appreciate the moment. You appreciate everybody feeling that way for you being a part of something, because it's hard in this league to get 10 wins, let alone to be a part of 400. So I'm most appreciative about it, but I don't know how to feel quite yet.
Are you in a mental space where you can accept that might end up on a T-shirt?
You know what? When I saw my man with a tattoo of my ugly mug on his name, anything can happen in Sacramento, baby. Anything.
You seemed extra fired up on the sideline last time, that some of these players are just really celebrating some of these moments. What was that?
Well, I mean, the biggest one for me was Malik taking that hit. And at the end of the day, I thought it was a charge, but there are rules that I still don't understand or know, and they explained it to us, and I still don't get it. But I mean, I was just proud that he stood there and took the hit, because that's something that I've been on him and Kevin both about doing. Hey, we're not a big team when it comes to our starting five, especially, and so we all have to protect the paint as best we can. And that means you're going to have to sacrifice your body when a big is rolling or somebody's driving. You got to go vertical. We got to take the charge. And I've been harping on it all last year. And it didn't, Malik, it happened once last year because Malik was coming to help. And when he came to help, he tripped over somebody. And when he tripped and stood up, he got ran over. So they called a charge. This was actually him standing there and taking the hit. And that's what I absolutely freaking love. That's the ultimate sacrifice, in my opinion. For an individual to a group of guys or to a team.
Malik said if that call would have stood, that they wouldn't have practice today.
Malik will find every excuse in the world to not have practice. Even if he'd be like, "Hey, you wore your glasses today. We shouldn't practice." I wear my glasses every day, Malik. So that's just Malik.
Mike, I know.
Rewarding Keon, in that backup point guard spot also meant less opportunity for Davion. I'm just curious, is there any conversations when his role is getting changed a little bit like that?
No, everybody that has a change in role, I try to talk to beforehand. And so I spoke to Davion before practice the day before. And so he knew, just like when I was going to play Alex the game after Houston, I spoke to JaVale. I always try to speak to guys when their roles differ or change. I don't always get to it because time is tough sometimes. But, I try to look a guy in the eye, tell him what I'm thinking, and give him an opportunity to ask questions and/or respond back. But they all know when we walk out that door, hey, you got to embrace whatever I decide to do as a team, and I'm not trying to do it to hurt an individual. I'm trying to do it to enhance the team. At the end of the day, sometimes I may be wrong, but that's what I get paid to do, and I'm going to try to do what I can to help this team.
Mike, I know you got the Lakers on Wednesday, but you get your first look at Wemby and the Spurs on Friday. Just the new guy that's in the league. What do you see about him? What are you hearing from other guys in the league?
So you guys may not believe me, but I promise I didn't know we went to San Antonio after the Lakers. I knew we went to the Lakers. I know we have 6 games, but I didn't know where we went next, and obviously I'd find out. But I mean, he's a unique player. I don't know. I don't know if. I don't think there's ever been anybody like him. The stuff that he does, how he handles the ball, how he shoots the ball, how fluid he is, and even defensively, he can move his feet really well. So, and he's only going to get better. So it's a scary thing for the rest of the league.
What do you think it means for him to be under Pop?
Fantastic. Pop, in my opinion, is the best to ever be a coach in this game. I'm sure other people may have different opinions, but for him to be able to get that guidance, especially me being with Pop when Tim was young and seeing how he helped raise Tim, and how when Tony Parker was young, and I think Ginobili was young, and some other guys. I don't know if Wemby could ask for a better place. I better not say that because I don't want to get in trouble. Yes, I better. Yes, a better place.
Looking at De'Aaron Fox playing yesterday, how did he handle coming back, and how did he look at practice today? Any setbacks with him?
No setbacks. I mean, I'm telling you, Foxy, when somebody asked me about it the other day, he is on an MVP, in my opinion, an MVP caliber level. He missed a handful of games, and so right now he's not getting the recognition or the talk. I think somebody showed me something the other day where they were like, He's in the top 10 candidates, and I don't even know if Fox's name was on it, but you know, he didn't miss a beat. The crazy part about it is he had a good game. He didn't have a great game. He had a good game, you know, but he's on that level, and time will show. And once this time passes and everybody starts seeing it with their own eyes, he'll get the recognition that he deserves.
Coach Brown, what's the prognosis on Trey Lyles? Is he any closer to getting back into the lineup?
I mean, he's closer today than yesterday, but he's still out. You know what I'm saying? There's no timetable, so every day he gets a little closer. But I don't know. That doesn't mean that there's a specific or a target date. If that makes sense.
What do you hope to see from Colby as he goes over to Stockton and kind of spends a little time there?
It's just compete, learn, grow. That's it. You know, nothing. There's not anything in particular that we're saying, hey, go do this, because he knows how we want to play. He knows what our identity is. He knows what our staples are, and we just want him to compete at the highest level and have some fun, because he's going to get some minutes.
Going back to Malik, what's the biggest difference in his game compared to maybe this time last year?
You know, he is. He still can get better. Malik, you can still get better, okay? I'm not just saying you can get better and you will be better, but he's further along defensively now than what he was last year. At this point, I also like, you know, last year he was either going to finish or he was going to find somebody in the pocket. At this point of the year, he's starting to spray the ball more because they're taking away the pocket and they're trying to take away him too. And so that guys on the perimeter, especially the guy behind him, is going to be open quite a bit, and he's finding that a little more. And his versatility for us right now, not only I think he has more of a comfort level, but we do too in terms of being able to play the one. Or at times they take away the one to be able to initiate the offense, you know, just go get the ball, initiate the offense without missing a beat. So he's in a pretty good spot right now, knowing that he can continue to climb up the hill the right way.
And with Fox, we've talked so much about him being more physical defensively, but it just seems like in general he's playing with physicality even on offense. What jumped out to you on that with Fox?
It's the same thing. People are just starting to recognize some of the little things that he does on the floor, and that's going to propel him, in my opinion, again to that status or that stratosphere of getting to talk about MVP. You have to be a two-way player. You have to embrace the little things, and you have to do it for as close to 48 minutes, 24/7, 365 days a year, if you want to be mentioned in that category. And I think he's starting to understand that and show it.
Stockton is just getting started. What do you watch for when it comes to the players, Lindsey down there, as this gets started here?
You know, just again, it's the same thing when I said Kobe. They know what our identity is. They know what they have to do in order to try to get an opportunity up here, and so it's no different. They're an extension of us, and so we expect the same whenever anybody's down in Stockton, and hopefully while they're doing that, they are able to get some wins. And, you know, it's a development league, and everybody down there from Lindsey on down is trying to develop their game, whatever their game is.
Last one. How much do you enjoy seeing Lindsey get that opportunity after being around you last year here?
No, it's fantastic. You know, she's definitely earned the right, and she's going to do great. I'm excited for her and everybody else that gets an opportunity to go kind of spread their wings and do their thing a little bit in a different role or a higher role than what they may have if they were here.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Have a great happy Thanksgiving, okay?
Thank you.